It's been a very, very long time since I have talked about Academia, and for a while I have been wanting to talk about the manga again, and especially like the anime with the season 2 wrapping up, but I'm not gonna lie, not only did I really enjoy marathoning the anime, especially the second season when we had amazing moments with Stain, which still to this day, I know it's one of those things where it's like, I'm still putting out there, it's still my favorite like arc of the series, and it's like, when I talked about those early chapters, it's still an amazing part, and I think they did it justice in the anime. But I won't lie, I did not really care too much for the latest arc. I marathoned like the overhaul arc, and I was like, with the exception of having some really incredible character moments, like I think if anything, while the villain I think is not really that strong of the villain, I do think characters like Mirio, like the big three, like also as well like Red Riot, like there were a number of characters that came out of here that were like needed some long time character development, and it worked insanely. Like I was actually surprised at the end of it, was like one of the characters I didn't care too much when he first introduced. I like Sun Eater, like I think Sun Eater's an interesting character. Like Red Riot, like I already liked you and you just added stronger why I like this character more. But I do think like compared to like, and that was the problem with this arc immediately getting into it, we just had like One for All versus All Might. Like it already, we had like some stuff going into like, okay, how can you top this? And immediately like you were being added with like, you know, what we got to see like with like Shigaraki being involved with like, you know, the Villains Alliance in there. Like they were adding some characters in there, and it was like, okay, let's have some moments in there. And I'm not saying it's a fully bad arc, I just think it's a weak one in comparison. But this fucking chapter, I'm not gonna lie, if you want to end the arc, you end it this way, with some villains setting some shit up, because Shigaraki and the Villains Alliance, holy shit, like him, Darby, like in there, Spinner, like, which I actually like in that arc, in the one little field trip that they had, like, that shit, I'm not gonna lie, some Grand Theft Auto shit was happening there, but the way how they might as well just dabbed out of the fucking fire, out the highway, they might as well just done that, because Jesus Christ, they set a fucking message immediately with Overhaul, and did some things that I really liked like doing to this character. So with that, I want to talk about Academia again, so I will try and talk about chapters, and if people care about it, then, you know, I'll keep it around. If not, maybe I might just talk about the anime every now and then with the stuff I want to talk about, especially when it comes to the next season or two of stuff. Like, definitely some content is coming out for that, but I'm very looking forward to it, and especially how, let's just talk about the entire giant chase that the Villain Alliance just did on here, like, because it was pretty fucking sick, I'm not gonna lie. So the chapter ended up with like all the coppers like trying to take away like Overhaul. It was like, alright, let's just get this out of the way. And Shigaraki, Darby, and I forget the magician dude are all on the back of the truck like, alright, we're about to bounce this fucking piece of shit, alright? And it's like, yo, fucking Spinner, keep, you know, get this all going easy like that. He's on the truck and he's like, man, fuck you, man, on that. You got a problem with my driving? He's like, he's getting really upset. He's like, man, I want to fucking be there. I want to do some cool shit. I'm here on the wheel doing some like stupid shit and all that. It's just like, are we really, you know, just following Stain's will? I'm just not sure about this, man. Fuck this. Like, cause I was like, I had to remind myself, like, oh yeah, he's a super hardcore Sting fanboy. I was like, yeah, that's his whole thing. And all of them just go and decimate these police officers, like, on there. It's like, let's just take care of this shit. And then it was like, nah, because there's a hero immediately there as well, because they called this shit. And it was like, we knew someone's going to try and do something, but overall, let's just get one of these guys in here and bring in this sand, like, hero called Snatch, and it's like, alright, let's see what you guys can do, like, immediately, and, like, Shigaraki was having a hard time with this guy, because this is a character he can't really deal with, because his whole quirk is disintegrate anything that touches with his fingers, but you can't grab a hold of like sand for the most part. It's just like particles, and the magician dude just like makes a little ball come out and just bolt it and just flips the fucking police car on there, and it's like, alright then, you know, that's one way to fucking do it. And he just jumped into the van, flips it over, and just carnage ensues, and just Spinner's like there like screaming, Grand Theft Auto. He's just spinning like the wheel around. It was sick, I'm not gonna lie. I thought, like, for the most part, this chapter was funny, and then at the same time, it has some good moments in it as well. because like they caught the hero off guard because he's forced to like rescue someone, and he's like, yeah, we knew you was gonna rush to him and all that. Of course, like your heroes are predictable like that, and they take him out like pretty easily, and it's just like, you know, oh well, he's fucking dead for the most part, and on that he's like, I only saw he was able to transform halfway, so like I'm pretty much sure he's dead, so fuck that shit. And then they kick Overhaul out of the truck and just like, hey dude, what's up? Like, he's like, you come here to kill, like, Overhaul just doesn't care anymore. He's like, you're gonna kill me, just fucking do it. And he's like, nah, I thought something up a little bit more because I hate you because you're an arrogant piece of shit. And it's like the magician dude, which seemingly I was going from like when I was like seeing what he did there, and it was like, yeah, I hate you too, like that. Like it looked like he took an arm off or something, like when he swiped him down. Like that was the one panel I didn't understand too much. Like, so I'm pretty curious as well. Like if people can actually explain. That was the one panel I didn't get, where it was like he swiped him down like on there, and he's like, yeah, I hate you too, you piece of shit. And it's like it seemed that they got a hold of like all of his like anti-quirk like serum from there, and I think that might have been what they did to him. Like they made him quirkless, and one of the things that they did as well is Shigaraki touched his arms and he made them disintegrate and he cut them off, and he's just like, yep, you're powerless and you're helpless, quirkless man, like that. And he is mocking him. He's like, he is laughing in his face, like, you devote your entire life to creating it and now it's mine. You can't lift fingers because you don't have them anymore. All you can do is look on like empty for the rest of your life, like that. And Spinner's like, guys, we need to go. We need to go right now. And they fucking walk out in the fire and saying the next ones will be us. Like that, walking away. And that's the end of the chapter. No fucking Deku, none of that, just characters. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I really like the last panel of all of them just like, Darby stretching like, yeah, did a good day's work, like that. Magician's like, I'm not gonna lie, from a side it looks like he's dabbing. He's like, fuck you, I'm out of it. And just Shigaraki's like, boys, like, you know, like, walking the explosion, let's do the slow-mo walk. And I'm like, alright. I like Shigaraki quite a bit and all that. He's an asshole, but like, hey, he makes a fucking entrance, I'm not gonna lie, on there. Like, he's a brat and he's trying to be, like, for a one for all, like, but it's like, you know, straight up, it's fucking great. It was fucking great. It was enjoyable, and I really like this chapter a lot. And yeah, no, it's clearly setting in motion some stuff on there, and I think as well in the next couple of chapters, I think like how always like Academia arcs, they're always slow, but they're more talking about how like this arc or this thing like stirred up the pot, and we've got a lot of characters in fucking hospital now, and in like, you know, a very fucking shitty situation. Like Deku, we don't know how much like 100% full cow really affected him for the most part. We don't know if like he's going to be there in a cast for the most part, or the little girl as well, like Chisaki, I believe that name was. Like, we've got quite a few things and all that to wrap up and address. So I think the next few chapters are going to be very like political heavy, but I'm not gonna lie, that was my most interesting parts of like the Sting stuff, was after all of the stuff that happened, was like how his entire like beliefs shook the hero world up, like because of what he believed in. And he's like, the only person that can kill me is like All Might. He's the true believer and doer of justice. Like, he's the only one I acknowledge in this world as being a hero. The rest of you are just shit stains. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this. Like, I enjoyed this chapter a lot. I think it was a very strong ending, and I think, like, start to finish, I just had a big grin on my face. I was enjoying the chapter. And, hey, who doesn't want to see the chapter end with someone dabbing in an explosion while, you know, they walk away very slowly? So, yeah, setups to the next arc. But overall, I want to see what you guys think. What do you think about the overall arc? Like, personally, I think it's, like, one of the weaker arcs. I don't think it's, like, weaker. Like, I think it isn't, like, when I say that, I think it's not a bad arc. It's just compared to the material that Academia has done. Like, we're talking about, like, you know, what we've had with the field trip, when we've had the tournament, with, like, Hero Killer Stain, what, like, All Might, like, that Rescue Bakugo arc. Like, we've had some really good material, like, in this series, and I feel like this is the one where I'm like, it's a 6 at the thought, like, if anything, because, but then again, I feel like like overall, but then I think the character moments have been like like I love what happened to Red Riot. I love everything with Mirio was great in this arc, like what he did. There was some great, fantastic moments in here, and then as well, kind of paid off a little bit at the end. We did get to see what one through all full Cal, but then again, it wasn't much ecstatic as I was compared to like some of the other moments that we've had in the series. But that's all from me. So thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.